Open up your book to page 172, chapter 31. Follow along in your book as I read out loud. Min Lee and the boy followed from a distance, past sharp rocks and jutting boulders. The girl finally stopped in another clearing, and it was only when Min Lee and the boy pressed up behind one of the rocks that she realized it was once a stone carving, and the clearing was the ruin of an abandoned house, now mostly worn away by the wind. "Here," the girl said, "the bees dragged my brother to the cave." She pointed to a strange hole in the ground. Min Lee scarcely recognized it as a large abandoned well. The rocks around the opening were rough and cracked, and a ripped piece of red fabric lay torn in one of the sharp stones. Min Lee looked at the boy and saw his ripped pants. He smirked. "The beast, your son," the girl faltered, "is in there. He also said—" The tiger growled at her to continue. "He said that," and the girl swallowed in fear, "that you would be too much of a coward to confront him." The tiger glowered ferociously, stalked to the edge of the well, and snarled into the blackness. "He's in there," the girl said. "Do you see him?" The deep well was full of shadows, but the dark water caught the reflection of the tiger's menacing eyes and sharp teeth. Full of wrath, the tiger growled at his own reflection, thinking it was the black beast. As the reflection growled back, the tiger gave a furious roar. The roar echoed back. "That's him," the girl said. "He's mocking you." Outraged, the tiger clawed the stone ground and snarled again, even louder and angrier. "How dare he?" the girl said. "He insults you, your own son." The girl's words and his own echoing roars set the green tiger off into a frenzy. The air seemed to be charged with his uncomfortable fury. Every hair on the tiger seemed to jut like sharp spikes, and his teeth and eyes glittered like the cutting edge of a knife. He gave a deafening roar that bellowed, filling the sky with thunder. At its sound, the girl fell to the ground, and Min Lee and the boy covered their ears. The tiger bared his teeth and claws for an attack, and when the roar echoed back, it overwhelmed him with wild rage. Finally, the green tiger gave one last roar and leapt into the well. The girl and boy stood frozen as the air filled with roars and the sound of splashing water. Then suddenly the wind carried one last howl into the sky. There was silence. Min Lee stared in disbelief. The green tiger was gone. Chapter 32. "We did it! We did it!" the boy and girl laughed as they ran to each other and hugged. They both were younger than Min Lee. She realized that they were twins. Their round faces, dancing eyes, and pink cheeks were exactly the same. The gray blanket that the boy had used to help hide himself was thrown on the ground, and with their dimpled faces swollen with smiles and their matching bright red clothing, they looked like two rolling berries. Min Lee couldn't help but smile. And as they laughed and congratulated each other, another voice called in the distance. "Afu! Dafu!" the voice cried. "Where are you?" The children looked at each other. "Agong!" the girl said, and then together they called, "Here! We're over here!" A tall, gray-haired man burst into the clearing. A bag was strapped onto his back, and in one hand he held a sword, and in the other a spear. As soon as he saw the children, both weapons clattered to the ground, and they ran into his arms. "Afu, Dafu!" he cried. "We were so worried." "We did it, Agong!" the boy said. "We did it! We destroyed the tiger just like we said we would." "Yes," the girl said, "our plan worked. We tricked him to the well just like we said we would." You were not supposed to do that, the man said, holding them tightly. We told you it was too dangerous. That's why we sneaked away, the girl said. We knew it would work. We used his anger against him just like you said we should. You said he was even angrier at his son and his anger would blind him, and it did. I didn't say you should do anything, the man said, kneeling with his hands on both their shoulders. You were not supposed to go after the green tiger yourselves. You're not angry, right? The boy said. Now no one will have to be scared anymore. We can let the animals out of the house and go outdoors again. Oh, Dafu, the grandfather said, hugging them again even closer. Afu, as long as you both are safe, that's all that matters. Then the gray-haired man saw Minli watching them. Ah, who's this? He said, beckoning Minli to come closer. Before either child could say a word, Minli rushed up with a hurried bow. Please, she said, my friend, the green tiger injured him and he's hurt and... The grandfather quickly pushed the children off of him and stood up. Hurt by the green tiger? He said. Take me to your friend quickly. It is lucky I brought the medicine bag with me. Dafu, get your blanket and give it to this girl. She is cold. The boy ran for his blanket, stopping to pick up the torn fabric from his pants and brought it to her. Minli wrapped the gray blanket around her. She was grateful for its warmth, but even more grateful that the man wanted to help immediately. How long ago was your friend injured? The man asked as he urged her to lead the way. After Minli told him, he shook his head. We must hurry then, he said. The green tiger is no ordinary beast. His teeth and claws are poison. Without the medicine I have, he will die before seeing the sunset. Minli swallowed hard and quickened her pace. The wind seemed to scream a warning, and even under the layer of Dafu's blanket, she felt cold. Would it be too late? Would they be able to save Dragon?